Good morning. We're going to watch Luke Coutinho in this video. In this video, Luke talks about what is one thing he doesn't compromise on and lives by. Luke talks about how he transformed from a Goa carefree to a corporate regular to a wellness trainer. Go watch Luke Coutinho, Chapter 1. Hi, we are with fitness, wellness, and motivational guru Luke Coutinho, who resets our lifestyle. Is that correct?
That's right.
right. All right, Luke. What is one thing you walk by? One routine which you would not compromise on?
My sleep. My sleep for sure, because without my sleep I can't perform the next day. So for example, if I don't have good sleep, I know the next day I'm gonna have cravings for coffee, for caffeine, for everything, and I can't focus. My job is focus from 7 in the morning till 7 in the evening. I'm seeing patients back to back.
Correct.
So if I don't sleep, I notice I'm getting irritable. I'm less patient with them. You know, if they're going into an emotional part of their whole history, I find myself like rushing through questions and stuff. So I will never compromise on my sleep routine and my workout routine. My workout routine would be, I never have like a 1 hour. I'm lucky if I have a 1 hour, then I use a 1 hour. So if I get 20 minutes, I'll do a workout in 20 minutes. If I get 15 minutes, I'll do a workout in 15 minutes.
That's good.
So I just adapt. I don't try to fix myself with a regime.
So what do you tell yourself when you wake up? What is it that you say to yourself?
Oh, I think it's ingrained me to, offer gratitude that you've just woken up alive. I think that's ingrained by my parents. So it happens automatically.
That's a very
It happens automatically, be thankful for something. So it's usually that you're alive and the top 2 or 3 things that you can think of and stuff.
So how does success taste, Luke? I mean, how does it look to you, Luke? Luke Coutinho, the Luke Coutinho.
It's a bit overwhelming now. At this stage, I never knew it would get this way. You have a lot of people meeting you at airports, on the streets, when you're out for dinner, and stuff like that. It's a little overwhelming because I'm actually camera shy. I don't really like pictures and I don't like all of these things.
For a person who has done 432 videos, he's telling this.
Yeah, because when I'm doing a video, I'm just speaking, I'm speaking knowledge, but if someone just says, stand for a picture and smile, and it's very awkward. So yeah, it is a little overwhelming. I mean, a lot of people, I can't say I'm not complaining about it. It's a good feeling that, people come up and they say that you changed their life or you made a difference. People who you don't even know, you've never met. It's a great feeling. Sometimes it's overwhelming. I guess I just got to get over that shyness and it should be good. But yeah, it's a good feeling.
Very nice, very nice. So, tell us one incident, Luke, about your childhood or your youth you relate to and that has influenced you, the way you view your work and your life today.
So I think while I was growing up, I was always an introvert, and I was a very sensitive child, So someone said something, even though they said it without that intention of hurting you or saying anything, I would take it personally, I would always take it personally. And then I was always like in the shadows of all my classmates, like they were like always topping the class and all of that stuff. So I think I grew up comparing myself with a lot of people, thinking that, my parents were really strict for the right reasons, and I'm happy about that. Like we were not allowed to go for every party. We had to select. You can't go for every party. You're going to select what you like, which one's important to you, and we would
ration yourself.
Yeah, something like that. But I always compared myself to the kids who had access to all the parties. Who would go all the time. I thought they were lucky, and I thought, they were cooler and all of that stuff. So the one thing I learned, I'm glad I went through that, because today it's so important for me to have gone through that to teach other people that comparing yourselves with someone else is the worst way to grow. It's the worst way. So I think I went through that lesson so I can teach that lesson to other people.
So I believe, Luke, in one of your interviews you said that you started this career at 34. So before that you were doing something else, right? Yeah. And probably during this journey of this career, you might have hit a rock bottom, right? So tell me about the incidents where you thought it would be fatal, and how did you rise up from there? If you had not made it, did you have a plan B?
No, actually, and I'm very lucky to say I've not hit a rock bottom, touch wood, till date. I think the most difficult decision, I was at IBM for 10 years, good position, everything cool. When you have a fixed income coming and travel and all of that stuff. I think the biggest decision was switching. By then I had a lot of patients because I would freelance. I had a lot of people, and then I started having success with cancer. So I had a line of people. I had to choose. That's either IBM, I can't do both of them. So I think that one night when I was thinking, like next morning I go and put my papers, that was the worst night. I'm just thinking like, what if this fails? You know, you can't come back, you know, and all of that stuff. And I had that fear of having to start again, start everything again.
Yeah.
But then I just made that choice like in a split second. Some things I just decide, just go and do it. And I think it was the best decision of my life. Things just moved at such speed, such scale that it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming, like I said. But touch wood till date, I've never really hit rock bottom. Yeah, sometimes, you know, I think I don't want to say rock bottom just for the sake of saying it, but I think yeah, you know, a day when you get up and you realize like 5 of your patients have died, because I do cancer, right? So sometimes you feel 5 have died and you just lose faith in yourself. You think like, not that it's my job to save them. I'm not like a healer who's going to give them life. But you know, you get emotionally attached to your patients. The whole family is dependent on you, the doctors and everything. And you just feel like what you're doing, is it really adding value? Because 5 people just died. Is this nutrition really that powerful? We're not here to say nutrition is your magic drug and will take away your cancer. No, but still, you know, it makes you think, everything crashes, your self-confidence crashes, and you think like, really, like, you know, what you're doing, is it just a fraud? Is it just something like, you know, to add value to people, or is it not really adding value to people? But then you get like, you know, 5 minutes later you get a mail where someone's doing really well, or they're off medicine, or the chemo doctor's telling you, hey, look, your patient's doing really well, what are you doing? And then everything comes back up again. So there are ups and downs, and I just think like, you know, I've been lucky where life's taken me through to those downs, but brought me up really, really quickly.
For an everyday man, suggest a sustainable weight management with respect to balance between diet and exercise. Everyday man means leading a routine life, as family, as work, and children, etc.
See, I think, you know, all this weight loss, it's all overrated. People are making their lives around health.
Correct.
It shouldn't be like that. It should be like what we do and we automatically have a healthy, you know, lifestyle. Today everyone's obsessed about health. So I honestly think, I look at the 4 pillars. If you can have balanced nutrition, which means giving your body type what it needs.
Correct.
You see, the problem is everyone's trying to follow someone else's diet today.
Correct.
Not understanding that person A and person B are completely unique individuals.
Correct.
So low carb may work for me, but it may not work for you. High fat may work for you, but it doesn't work for me.
Correct.
So having a balanced diet and being mindful that this diet makes me feel good. I'm not putting on weight, I'm not acidic, I'm not constipated, my energy levels are great. Good, this is the diet that works for me. Why do I need to change it?
Correct.
Second pillar is exercise. If I have enough of activity, so don't even use the word exercise. If I'm active, if I can get about 9,000 to 10,000 steps a day, that means I'm active. Because even in a 1 hour walk, you can't get 10,000 steps. Even if I do a 1 hour walk, for the rest of the day, I have to be active to get those 10,000 steps. So any activity, movement is also great for you. Third is your sleep. Very, very important. If you can make sure that you get that deep quality sleep at night, and managing your stress levels. These are my 4 pillars that I swear by. So if people can, you know, fix any of these, any defect that they have in any of these pillars, or grow in each of these pillars. That's what health is all about. Looking after your mental health, your physical health. Through that you need your sleep and the right nutrition. It can't get more complicated than this, but people make it complicated. You know, they want to know which superfood is going to make a change in their health. No superfood makes a change in your health. On paper it all looks great and stuff like that if you have a deficiency to make a change in your health. But right now if you're healthy and you're super fit, just adding 10 superfoods to your body isn't going to make you healthier because you don't need it. But someone who has a deficiency of certain vitamins, maybe moringa will help them. Maybe a goji berry will help them if they're low on antioxidants. So I don't think we should complicate health too much. It's an individual approach, and at the end of the day, because people are comparing themselves, so all of a sudden you see someone who's fitter than you, working out all the time, you think you're not doing enough, but you're fine. Your parameters are fine, your weight's fine, everything is fine, but your mind is compared to that person. So it becomes an issue where you feel that you're not good enough in terms of your health. So I think people need to be mindful about that.
So when we have all these the diet plans coming in, like the keto, the Atkins, the vegan, right? How do you differentiate whether they are fat or they are real for yourself?
See, I think
it becomes challengeable. It's relevant now, but it becomes challengeable later.
That's why we don't believe in any of these diets. See, I mean, keto may have made a lot of people lose weight. Okay, vegan may be great for people who have issues with animals and stuff. What we talk about, intermittent fasting and stuff, may be great for a small population of people. People have to find what suits them and do it. The problem is when people make it a fad. Like vegans become extremes. There are fights between vegans and non-vegans. There are fights where keto is the best in the world. No, it may be good for you. And someone who's obese and lost a lot of weight with keto doesn't mean that it's the best. It may be the best diet for you because you had a bad lifestyle, you corrected your lifestyle, and that's why you're losing weight. It doesn't mean that, that keto is the best diet in the world. At the same time, we have loads of people who have been on keto who come to us with kidney disorders. Loads of people. Most of our cancer patients are vegans and vegetarians. It doesn't mean that it's a bad diet. But what I'm trying to show is, at one point the world showed that non-vegetarians are the worst, and they get cancer and acidity and stuff like that. We have Jains who come to us with acidity, diabetes, cancer, and everything else. So you see, diet is a small part. Your mind, your environment, so many other things makes a big deal. Your keto diet is useless if you're constipated every single day. It doesn't matter whether you're keto or vegan. The main exit of your body isn't working and you're accumulating toxins in your system.
Correct.
So I think people need to get smart. Vegans, respect them for the animal thing and stuff. But the moment they start fighting and trying to make it the most dominant diet, or people on keto say, oh, ours is the right way, do it quietly. It worked for you, do it. It's as simple as that. Understand, but you still have so many vegans have deficiencies. This whole thing of B12, even non-vegetarians have B12 deficiencies. So is it really about being vegan or non-vegetarian, or is it really a gut absorption issue in your gut, which no vegans and non-vegetarians are not looking at?
Correct.
So I think people have to break away from these extremes. Everyone makes something a fad. CrossFit, great, but made a fad. People are like, oh, if you don't do CrossFit, you won't have this kind of a body. It's not true. People have great bodies doing yoga and walking.
Correct.
So people have to change their mindsets, and if keto suits you, go ahead and do it the safe way. If vegan suits you, whatever works for you, you can't make it, change it and say, oh, people in evolution ate this way, so we should eat this way right now. You eat the way that makes you happy and healthy. It's as simple as that.